Alright, so this is my breakdown video of my Ascend 128X with Yak-Power. So this is a very stable kayak. The water line on it is about here when I'm fully loaded, which is a lot of weight. The weight limit's 450 on it. You can put a 2 horsepower motor on the back of it, so it's pretty crazy kayak. First thing I'm going to talk about is this. It has this Scuff Guard on the front, and then it has 2 on the back as well. That's super nice just for dragging it. You don't have to worry about scraping up your hull, and then you can always replace it if you need to as well. So I did motorize this kayak, so I have my nav light on the front here. That's wired internally to the Yak-Power system. I have my live well, DIY live well here. So this is just a box from Harbor Freight, and inside of here I've got a aquarium pump and a 12 volt converter so that it plugs in, and then that converter goes to the bow port for the Yak-Power system. So you can see here I have this little blue light, so I have 10 of these, 5 on each side of the kayak, 2 in the front, 2 midship, 2 kind of by the seat, and then 4 in the back, 2 on each side. I have a Garmin Striker 4 that I rigged up with a plug right here internally to the Yak-Power system. And then it's on the track with the transducer right here. This is a Pelican kayak paddle. This paddle holder is the only thing that I don't really like. I bought it at Walmart and put it on, and it's not great. That's why I have this bungee and stuff here. Luckily it's motorized, so I don't really have to worry about it, but it's good to have as well. So you can see I have power there, and that is with this. So if I hit 1, that's my blue lights. So you can see all the way down. 2 is going to be my nav light. My bow port is my live well. That powers to there. This is a dog food crate, by the way, just an old one that we had laying around. And then my stern light is on my stern channel, and that's just a 360 white light. And I'll show a little bit more of that as we get back there. So the seat has a high position and a low position. I keep it in the high majority of the time just because it's stable enough to do so. It comes with this tray where I keep some stuff that I use. This is my Onyx life jacket. I got it on Amazon. I keep fish grips, pliers, cutters, emergency knife, whistle. I have an air horn in there, fishing license, boating license, all that stuff. There is room underneath of here to keep the tackle box, so I keep my main tackle box under there. And then this is my steering tiller mechanism. So when I pull it forward, it turns the motor and the boat will go left. If I push it back, it turns the motor and the boat will go right. And then I also made it so that if I'm standing, I can hold it as well. And it's very easy to control. It comes with these 2 tracks, one on the side, one on that side. I'll talk about what's on the other side of the kayak in a minute. So going back here, this is my trolling motor battery. It's a 55 amp hour battery with a 50 amp fuse, and then I'm using 10 gauge wire to the plug. And I use 10 gauge wire for everything for the trolling motor. All the other accessories are either 14 or 16 gauge wire. This is my Kayak Crate. So this is 2 Yak gear crates, and I cut the top portion off of one of them, and this becomes my lid. So I just have a bunch of zip ties here. And this little ring is my buddy made for me for my live well that I had on my last kayak, but now I just use it to hold my leader. But when I open this up, I got 2 dry boxes, some bug spray, extra thing of water, and then I keep snacks and extra water and headlamps and stuff in here. And then this is my rain suit and mosquito nets. And then I got, these are the 2 main rod holders that I use, and then this one as well. These flush mounts are nice because they point straight back, they don't go out. so you won't get caught on stuff as much. And then this is the trolling motor. So this is a Newport Vessels 46-pound thrust. You take the head off and you just use the positive and negative for the pulse width modulator, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I just have this piece of conduit that I got that the wires run out and then down to the 10 gauge plug that runs to the pulse width modulator. This transom bracket my buddy made for me. And with this motor in the height that it is, that's where I keep it at. And I don't have to worry really about hitting. I hit bottom maybe 2 times. And what I did for that is I have the adjustment zip tied whenever I'm using it. So if I do hit something, the motor will just kick forward. But when I'm going in forward, with the power, it doesn't kick forward because obviously it's pushing the opposite direction. So I added this track for my light so I can remove it easily. Just kind of wanted to have it be removable, so if I'm daytime fishing, I don't need it. This plug goes again to the Yak-Power system. These are my anchor pole holders. So I bought the T-bolt connectors on Amazon, and then this is my 10-foot, I believe it's 1-inch PVC. Just cut the end at an angle and then put a T on it, and I use that for muddy ground. If I can't use my actual pole, then I'll use my actual anchor here. But majority of the time, this works just fine. I do have a Yak-Gear Deluxe anchor trolley on it that runs from the bow to the stern. And then here again are the 2 Scuff Guards that I was talking about. And then the drain plug is here as well in the back. It has 4 hull access points. There's one in the stern, one under the seat, the main hatch, and then the front hatch as well. So this track I added for my pulse width modulator. So I also keep my rod holder here just because it's convenient to have one in front of me. So this is the pulse width modulator. I got it on Amazon. This box is from Walmart. It was about $20. The actual pulse width modulator is also about $20. And so what I have are 2 ports. This is power from the trolling motor, or from the battery, and this is power to the trolling motor. So this plug flows underneath the kayak to here, which comes out, goes into the pulse width modulator. Power flows through that, out to the second plug, which flows underneath the kayak to the trolling motor, and then that controls the trolling motor. And that's all 10 gauge wire, just to keep everything safe. So what I did is I cut a hole in the top for the dial and the forward reverse switch, but I left the output reader inside because I can read it through the dry box and there's no reason to have that be outside. And then the wire holes is just cut into it and then silicone, nothing fancy, but that's really just needs to be splash proof, not waterproof. So the way this works is you have the off switch forward and then reverse. So if I put it in forward and I turn this dial, then I'm gonna get a reading output. And if you listen, so as you're going, increasing speed, then it does the trolling motor. So I'll just show you reverse here. Trolling motor is running. And then again, I use the steering bar, so everything is easily controlled right from the seat. And then again, this is the Yak-Power system here. So I use all 5 channels at night. During the day, I'm really only using the fish finder. On the inside here is the system. I'm running a 9 amp hour battery and it lasts me so far about 4 hours. So I might upgrade at some point, but don't really need to most of the time. And so all the wiring for the lights is all run internally. All the plugs are in there. The lights are run. I was gonna run them in series, but they had to be run in parallel. And that is about everything for the Ascend 128X. It's all kitted out. I average about 2.5 miles an hour with all this gear on it at about 55, 60, 75 speed. So it's a great kayak, and leave any questions in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. So this is the nighttime profile. Just wanted to show this off real quick. Nav light, my courtesy lights, fish finder, PWM, and my stern light.